Good evening, friends. Happy to be back again with my very dear friends Nagu Chidambaram and Geeta Nagu. We have got very interesting topics today as well, and we look forward for your interactions the way you do it every single day. We look forward to your questions, and the topics will be announced by Geeta Nagu. So, Geeta, can you announce the topic for the day, please?
Yeah, today from your book, we are going to discuss two chapters, which is going to be how and what to invest today. And the next is coming together. Both are fantastic topics, and let's discuss this today, Rajesh.
Fantastic. Thank you, Geeta. So I'm expecting a lot of questions coming up. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Monisha. Hi, Nitya. Hi, Dinesh Kumar. Hi, Georgina. Hi, Vignesh. I would like to thank Business World. I would like to thank Tamil FM. I would like to thank Rohit Rahul and Business Opportunities Club. I would like to thank Namrata Thakkar and Entrepreneur Excel for joining us today for this live session and supporting this initiative where we are reaching to people and resolving questions that might be there in the minds of the people, the unanswered questions of people. The topic for the day is diversification. COVID-19 as a situation has also educated us that we should not be dependent on one line of revenue. We need to have multiple lines of revenues. We need to have active income. We need to have passive income. So in the active income zone is the business and the work that we do. Monisha has a question right away. In which industry will be safe investments with high returns in India? So I guess the best answers for that we will begin today with Geeta Nagu today. So Geeta, you can go for that question.
See, if it is safe investment, all the time it is only your real estate investments. It cannot be something beyond and better because safety. But you are looking at high returns also, Monisha. Always when there is a safety factor, understand your returns will be less. Your appreciation will be far greater, but your returns will not be high. Like it is not like your stock exchange or wherever you are wanting to do, where the risk is more, but the returns could be more. Here, the risk could be zero. It is absolutely zero. So that is why I wanted to address it with real estate because it is the safest investment. And you have fantastic appreciation as your gain and your rental income coming. Today, with your money devaluing and your buying power becoming more, and money has no value. Even as fixed deposit, it is going to devalue, and your stock exchange is very volatile, whereas your gold is also volatile. And your real estate is the only space where you can leverage the bank 80% and build your personal wealth, and with as low as interest is 7.2%. So the fantastic hard asset today, people don't want anything in paper. People want something very hard, and which is proven over hundreds of years, which will continue to prove, because land is something which cannot be manufactured. And the youngest population in India is, we have the youngest population, and India is shining, and we are in a big growth phase. And the real estate is the best investment, and more so with what has happened now with 40 days of lockdown is people have started living in their spaces, small spaces. Now they are screaming for space, Rajesh. I'm able to visibly see. I'm not saying because we are in that business. It is not at all that. But I am just visibly seeing in the last 40 days, people are screaming for space. They want space for their pet. They want garden area. They want their own terrace. Today, they're living in big apartments. They can't even use the common amenities because of the lockdown and social distancing. So they want their own house and space and, their own place to live. So preferably it is villas with land ownership, all that. They want more space, terrace, garden, vegetable garden, and more of oxygen and more of healthy living. That is what is we are moving towards that. And one more trend which is happening is work from home. And because of work from home, every home has become a commercial place today. So because of all these reasons, real estate investment is the safest with the highest returns. And going forward, that is the hard asset and the best asset to invest.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you so much. Nishanti had a question whether is it safe to invest in shares now since the prices are low. Yes, Nishanti, you're right. The share market is very interesting. The gold market is also very interesting. All the people who invested in gold, the appreciation which has happened is fantastic. Unfortunately, in these two sectors, where it is stock market and gold market, you have to pay 100% of the value of the product that you're investing in. And stock market is, there are two types of people who buy two kinds of cars. There is somebody who wants speed and there is somebody who wants durability and average. So it depends on how and what you want. In a stock market, you will invest 1 crore of rupees, it might become 20 crores or it might become 1 lakh rupees. Whereas in real estate, if you buy something worth 1 crore, there is no way it will go down, it will only appreciate. As far as gold is concerned, gold has also always appreciated, and again, it is 100% investment. So if I want to buy gold worth 50 lakhs, I have to pay 50 lakhs upfront. In real estate, you get the advantage of a 80% loan, which is repaid over a period of 20 years, where the value of money depreciates and the value of assets appreciates. So it depends on your appetite, but diversification is mandatory. Nitin Munoz's question is interesting. It's important to have diversification, but how to decide diversification which can be in line with what you do? Nitin, diversification is a lot to do with your appetite. What is your temperament and what is your appetite? If you are a risk taker, then stock market is a good option. If you're somebody who wants to create assets for generations to come, then real estate is a fantastic option. If you want to invest in metal, if you believe in commodities, then gold is a very good option. So it all depends on the appetite that you derive. Generations to enjoy, there are all these three asset classes, but it also depends on the appetite that you need to have. Nagu, your take on it.
No, my take in the current situation is, if you look at different asset classes, as we've just been discussing, you look at cash not as an asset class in terms of saving and putting it for safety and future. You'd put it in today's situation because this is a crisis situation. In a crisis situation, cash, a lot of people you would have heard say that cash is king. Cash is king because cash as a reserve is king. Cash as an investment is a bad shot, because cash as an investment says you're not going to get any revenue out of it because your deposits are so weak in terms of returns. And number two, the way it's devaluing, then it just plummets all the way down. So it's not a good asset to put your money in. It's a very good asset to keep in the form of reserves. And reserve is again a personal appetite on what is going to be a reserve depending upon your outflow pattern. Next will be your shares and stocks. As you said, we will be putting it in depending upon the risk and depending upon the money availability in somebody's hands. But the best part in the terms of asset as hard asset, as it's always called, whether it's in the form of land or building, commercial, office, residential, retail, whatever you put it or look at it, the biggest advantage is you could start with as low as just 5 lakhs for a 1 crore investment. With that 5 lakhs, you start looking at additional amounts over a period of 9 months, 1 year, 3 years, depending upon completion of a project, and balance amounts, while you'll be able to leverage with the bank. It doesn't stop there. It goes beyond, because as you're going forward and the appreciation increases and you've already made, let's say, 5 years, 8 years now of repayment, you can again go to the bank and seek additional fund out of the same asset. So you're not buying a new asset. Your asset, which is already there, which you picked up 5, 8, 10 years ago, is now creating further avenues. So leveraging could be done in so many multiple ways. So I would personally believe you should look at having a small amount as a cash reserve, and then depending upon your risk appetite, go in for it, but then definitely have your good foot into the property development sector, into the real estate aspect. Have it in whichever way you think you can, small, medium, large, multiple. Today, we see a lot of people living, particularly abroad, having multiple investments in land and building. Why is that? Because they have understood that that's permanent, and that's for the next generation and the future generations, while they get to own it and enjoy it. You just don't have to keep it in and lock it. So I firmly believe that a good spread like this will really work. In terms of gold as a metal, let nobody think that buying jewelry is investment in gold. No, buying jewelry is just for the fun part of it or for the experience part of it, but that's not investment in gold. Investment in gold obviously is a different proposition altogether.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Nagu. Surya is asking, Surya Chidambaram is a very young entrepreneur. He's asked a question on what is the right age to start buying real estate. Investments for passive income has to start as young as possible. The lifespan of a human being is the time where the assets that you have bought into has grown. So it is very important to start as early as possible. The second statement, it is never too late to start. So you should start the day you realize it needs to be done. But COVID-19 has taught us one situation, and that situation is we always need to have an alternate source of revenue. Always that should be mandatory. Now we need to understand one aspect. Where do we stand today in this COVID-19 economic scenario world over? India stands a very good chance. There is a concept called luck, L-U-C-K. To make money, you need to have luck. Now, luck does not only mean the luck that you understand, which is also required, but L stands for location. So currently you are in a very prominent location of the globe, that is India. It has a strong growth story. So luck is in place. You is the understanding. You need to understand the opportunities around you, which you can get from talks like this and other talks that you might attend. So you need to have the understanding of the opportunities around you. Seize the connections. Always build a network. Always have connections who can bring opportunities for you, either to invest in real estate or to invest in stock market, or to buy gold at the right prices. So you need to have the right connections who can give you the right advice. After the connections bring you the opportunity, you need to have the knowledge. The K stands for knowledge. You need to have the knowledge on when to strike. So location, understanding, connections, and knowledge. If you have these three things, if you have these four things together with you, you will be able to define and refine the way forward in your life at whatever age you are today. Sandeep Pote has asked a very interesting question. What percentage of total income SME entrepreneurs should invest in new businesses? Nagu, your take on this.
No, so SME investment on new businesses must be after you've understood what's going to be the requirement of your existing business, how you're able to sustain it, how you're able to look at growth from it, and then you look at new business. New businesses will come in two formats. New businesses will come like what we discussed yesterday. You can collaborate, and collaboration will be forward integration or backward integration. So that could be a new business. So that actually is, you're in a given line of business. Let's say you're into manufacturing components. And if you start saying, I'm going to start manufacturing sub-assemblies, then that's a forward integration with additional sourcing. That could happen at your end itself, or it could happen with a collaboration. In case you're going to look at a product by itself, then that's a different product line, and that becomes a total diversification. So it all depends upon how you want to take it, what's going to be the cash flow requirement. I seriously would not advise a debt out here to start a new venture or to go into a new activity, not in current situation. You need to manage your cash flow, fund flow. Post managing the cash flows, you have to ensure that you have established profitability. And then you start looking at whatever is going to be the newer investments by way of additional equity, and different equity is a good way to go in for. But debt is something that you need to keep behind, because debt is what people believe happens immediately. Yes, it happens immediately, but that's not the best shot. What takes time does not mean it's bad. It means actually that's the best. What happens immediately means that, okay, you have a lot of risk on that shot to go. So you will have to always look at expansion. You have to look at collaboration. You have to look at what you can put, but make sure you follow these lines, and then you're good to go.
Thank you, Nagu. That's interesting. Thank you so much. Sangram Lime is a very prominent businessman all the way from Dhule. He has done a lot of innovation in this COVID-19 situation, and the solutions are taken even by the military in Bihar for the Indian Army, for India. So Sangram, thank you for your question. Which is a better investment, open land or building? Geeta, your take on this.
It is 100% building, because bank funds only building, number one. So you can leverage 80% of bank funding at the lowest interest, which is 7.2%, which happens only for home loan funding. So a building has to be a home loan funding, and that has to be a building, an independent building, an independent home is the best option. Land on its own does not appreciate and does not have value much. Now it has to be having a value proposition. The value proposition is like, for example, take a gated community on a growing area, not on a saturated area. Again, your building has to be on a growing area, where in certain areas where the appreciation is saturated, you should not be putting your money. So wherever growth is happening, where there is building, and where you're going to take a home loan and leverage 80% of bank funding at a low interest of 7.2%, then building is the best way to invest, and that too home investment, a separate independent house, a villa. And also tomorrow that as an investment will start yielding you rental revenues, where your EMIs will also go down. On a 7.2%, your EMI is going to be very low. And on that, with your rental income, your EMI burden will go down. So best investment will be building, which is a home building on a growing area.
Fantastic, Geeta. That's very interesting. Infrastructure development around the location is critically important. Real estate is all about location, location, location. Your entry point and exit point is timing, and that's what helps you to decide a project or an asset which will give you multiple dividends in the long run. Sushant Ravrane is a very enterprising young entrepreneur. He is basically the co-founder of Adroid Biomed, which is very successful in this current scenario, one of the industries which is growing. And his question is, what is your opinion on startup as an investment option? Sushant, it's a brilliant option, because instead of investing in an equity of people that you don't know, it is better to take a judgment shot on a person that you know. Like you asked me, I would like to invest in Sushant Ravrane for the business that he's doing and the way he's doing it, because I know his capability, I know his competency, I know his team, and I know the future of the business that he's into. Vitamin C is a product which is a great hit currently for Sushant Ravrane and Adroid Biomed currently. So I would like to bet on an entrepreneur and the sector simultaneously together. Every successful entrepreneur or every competent entrepreneur might not be in the competent area today because the scenario has changed, and every progressive business might not have the most competent entrepreneur. If you have a combination of both, that the entrepreneur is competent and capable, and the sector that he is into is the progressive sector for post-COVID-19 situation, it's a lottery shot. So Biomed and Sushant Rao is a fantastic combination to go forward. You need to have that also as an asset class. So it is real estate, it is gold, it is stock market, and it is entrepreneurs in whom you can invest and make huge benefits over a period of 2 to 5 to 10 years time period. Santosh Atoshkar, can we expect high returns in real estate investments outside Mumbai with government actively carrying out many infra projects? So Geeta, you love real estate, so this is your question.
Yes, Santosh, bang on. When infrastructure projects are coming, when the infrastructure of a place is developing, then there is huge appreciation of land. Land cannot be manufactured, and there is huge growth of buyers, land buying, which is going to be happening now. Land buying, in the sense, it is investment buying. When people are going to invest, they are going to invest, number one, in areas which has growth prospect. Which are the areas which has growth prospects are where the infrastructure is developing, where there is connectivity. You have to only look at two things. One is connectivity. In a Mumbai, you have to look at your train connectivity and your road connectivity, and then you have to look at infrastructure development. If both is happening, then 100% real estate investments in those places will be gold mine for the coming days to come.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Geeta. We have got a hi saying from Mohammad Amir all the way from Qatar. So we have got an audience from multiple countries. Thank you for your hi. Vienna Sequeira, safeguarding survival of present business first will be a prerequisite for a business. Everything needs to happen simultaneously, Vienna. There is no ideal situation in life, because then procrastination steps in. If you think that let my business stable first and then I will take that decision and this decision and then parallel income and all that, it is not going to happen. That absolutely never happens. So we need to be parallel in our decision making, and it needs to start simultaneously. Ideal situation for an entrepreneur is a dangerous situation. He should always keep on adjusting himself to the current scenario and create an opportunity out of that. So thank you for that question, Vienna. Nagu, your take on by loan, we end up paying 2.5 times more money in 20 years. Can appreciation of property be more than 2.5 times? I would love to answer this, but you go ahead, Nagu, first.
Okay. First of all, the question should be your affordability. So 2.5 times loan is what you're talking about, but then the affordability factor is like fantastic, because you're starting off with just, as I said, 5 to 10% of the fund that you will need to procure a particular property. And then you pay it over a period of time. Now, when you're paying it over a period of time, had you not paid that over a period of time, that money would have gone in for something else, which could be like your purchase of something fancy that you'd probably use it. And after you've used it, depreciate it, and then there is no appreciation on it, apart from the fact that you've used it. That's about it. Here is a situation where you get to use it, you own it, you're able to leverage. From here, you'll be able to grow. And for sure, if you're just talking about 2.5 times, that's peanuts when compared to the entire appreciation over the 20-year period. Rajesh, I will want you to take a shot on this.
I would love to give a shot on this. Sandesh, there are...
I'm just giving you all time to do it.
Yes. Sandesh, there are people who bought apartments in a place like Malad for, say, 20 lakhs of rupees 20 years back. Today, that apartment is at 3 crores. 2.5 times of 20 lakhs is almost, say, 50 lakhs. So 50 lakhs has become 3 crores. You have achieved multiples of the investments that you did. And for that 50 lakhs, your investment would not have been more than 10 lakhs. So against 10 lakhs, after deducting all the interest component and principal amount and all of that, you still make 2.5 crores plus. Now, that kind of money you can make in any business whatsoever. And that too, when you have not paid money for that, you have completely leveraged the bank's money. The bank is interested only in their interest. The appreciation goes to the buyer, and you can leverage that property for your next generation or for your lifetime to set up a new industry by investing money out of the profits of the capital gains that you invested for that particular property. So it is absolutely fantastic. Even the bank takes 2.5 times more than the loan amount that gets sanctioned. Geeta, your take on that? We are on 19 minutes.
Yes, on investments, there is n number of examples. We have experienced all of this, Rajesh. For example, in ECR, 16 years back, we bought a ground for 4 lakhs. We bought a 1 acre property where it was one ground was 4 lakhs. One ground is 2,400 square feet of land. Today, the same place is 1.75 to 2 crores per ground. So where is that in 15, 16 years? So we can easily say it is not 2.5 times. It is several n number of times. Bank is interested only in the interest, but whereas and with 80% of bank funding you are leveraging, whereas 100% of appreciation, which is 20 times and more, which is sometimes 50 times, which is sometimes 100 times, That is what you're going to benefit when you do the right real estate investments. That is why
Fantastic.
people continue to do this all the time.
Fantastic.
You need to
Geeta. Thank you
continuously
so
keep
much.
investing in land and building. My sincere suggestion to all our friends and viewers out there is keep investing. Don't stop. As I always say, ask the right question, you'll get the right answer. Don't say, am I going to live there? Please ask the question, will my money be safe there? Will it grow? Is it a good asset to put my money in? Do I have the affordability? Once you start asking these questions, your answers are all going to be positive and towards a direction. In that case, you'll start making multiple investments. Multiple investments is the only way forward. And I'm talking out of pure experience, not out of myself, but out of my forefathers and fathers and grandfathers who've been doing this, because as a Nagartar community, we firmly believe in investment in land and building, and that's what has kept us going through and through, and that's what we keep imparting to everybody. So friends, keep to that. That's very important. Land it is.
Thank you so much, Nagu, for that explanation. And you should also remember, asking right question to the wrong person will give you a wrong answer. Asking wrong question to the right person will also give you a wrong answer. You need to understand whom to ask the question, and the question is critically important. In the COVID-19 situation, the whole global economy is going through a very strong downturn. The only way that the economy will rise will be the investments that the government will do in the infrastructure. So infrastructure investment, government investing in the infrastructure is money to the people, money to the audience. So we need to be very careful on the investment decisions that we make. Of course, real estate is the number one opportunity. CNBC has made a report on that today, which will be sharing it on the social media. And of course, you can also opt for stock market investments with a lot of carefulness, and also investing in entrepreneurs and young budding entrepreneurs with the right idea of a progressive business in the coming scenario. So thank you, friend. That was lovely interacting with you. Before I conclude, I would like to thank Business World and Anurag Batra. I would like to thank Rohit Rahul and BOC. I would like to thank Tamil FM. I would like to thank Namrata Thakkar and Entrepreneur Excel. And I would like to thank Nagu and Geeta Nagu for this great show. Thank you so much, and see you back tomorrow at 4:15 sharp in the evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And signing off today, Geeta Nagu. See you tomorrow, sharp 4:15.
See you all tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.